this recipe video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use my offset smoker to reverse sear a tri-tip steak. And let me tell you, it is absolutely delicious. I mean, smoking it low and slow and then moving it right onto the coals in the firebox with some cast iron. Holy cow, guys, this ended up being absolutely delicious. Tender, juicy, and just full of flavor. I topped it with some chimichurri, and oh, buddy, my taste buds were tantalized. So make sure you like and subscribe. Let's start from the top. I'm going to walk you through absolutely everything. Now, I'm playing this right here in about 10 times the speed. Obviously, you know how to cut into a fat cap. And if you don't, I have other videos slowing this down completely. But the main thing here is we want to trim off all that excess fat that has silver skin underneath. That's what's really important here. Obviously, that fat is flavor, but that silver skin underneath does not give you a good bite. So the entire thing here I'm trying to do is trim out as much silver skin as possible. You can leave just a little bit on there. It's not the end of the world, but you want a lot of that fat cap brought down so that we can trim off a good amount of that silver skin. Now I'm using Buddy with the steak spice barbecue seasoning. This is by Jimmy Lee Stokes in the BBQ Emporium out of Newfoundland. Shout out those boys. They're making some good seasonings. Now, I am liberally seasoning this tri-tip. As you can see, I'm making sure to get every side, every nook and cranny. That's really important here. We really want to make sure it's evenly distributed all over that hunk of meat. Now, I'm using my offset smoker. It's a 250-gallon custom built offset smoker, and I'm using sugar maple wood today, along with some Jealous Devil charcoal just to get things started. But as you can see, we're smoking this tri-tip low and slow at 275 degrees. Now, I have a meat thermometer in there, and I'm just going to be monitoring this piece of meat. It's important to me that we watch it until it hits 105 degrees internal. That's my sweet spot for moving it down into the firebox, okay? So pay attention, watch the temperature of the meat, and once it hits that 105 degrees, that's when it's time to move things down into the firebox. So in my firebox, I actually use a little cast iron plate, and that's just to make sure that I have extra heat available. Now, I don't want to just rely on that coal bed. I want there to be a nice hot surface that will build a crust, but isn't literally the floor of my barbecue. So you'll also see here in just a moment, there it is, my little piece of cast iron that I've been sitting in the firebox while this has been smoking low and slow. That way it's at the right temperature once I move that piece of meat down into the firebox. Now, what I'm doing is regularly flipping it at this point. We want it to be building a crust on that piece of cast iron, but you don't want it to just sit too long. We've already been smoking. We're up past 105 degrees internal. We're just finishing it off. Now, I know a lot of people like medium rare. I am aiming for medium rare today. That means I'm going to be pulling it off when it hits 135 degrees internal. So as you can see here, it's just about patience. You know, flipping it regularly, trying to build that crust, but being patient as well. If it's not ready to flip, don't flip it. Be patient. Monitor it with the thermometer. It's going to take a few minutes to get to that temperature, and just, you know, patience, patience, patience. That really is the name of the game with barbecue. You know, normally with low and slow, I'm always preaching that. But even with hot and fast, you got to pay attention. You got to have your wits on you. You got to make sure you know what's going on with the piece of meat you're cooking. And guys, that's exactly what's going on here, because I got that meat thermometer inside, so I can completely monitor the temperature while it's sitting on that cast iron. Now, one thing that was concerning me was the temperature and the speed it was coming up to 135. So I actually ended up putting it directly into that coal bed and just sitting it right on top of those embers. You'll see here in just a split second when I do it, and it was a great idea. It totally built some extra crust on there. It ended up being absolutely magnificent, and the entire time in my firebox was only about 3 or 4 minutes. It's not anything crazy, guys. Like, you're only down there for just a couple of moments, giving it some flips, trying to build that crust. You can even just lean it towards the coals, just like this. That is perfectly fine. It will help get some char on there, that nice sear, basic stuff. It's really not that complicated. Oh, buddy, look at that char that's building up on this piece of beef tri-tip. It's looking absolutely magnificent. And so, again, we are just monitoring this, paying attention to that meat thermometer's temperature, trying to get it into the coal bed as much as we can, keeping it on that cast iron as well, just so it continues to kind of sizzle, build that crust, and just become absolutely scrumptious and delicious. Okay, guys, we're getting real close here. So I threw it right onto the coals, just like that, just to finish off a little bit that I thought didn't have enough crust built. And man, oh man, that was the perfect decision. I'm thinking this is just about at the right temperature, and I knew it. I checked my meat thermometer. It just hit 135 degrees internal. So I pulled this off to rest for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes or so. It all depends on the size of your steak for how long you rest it. I normally rest my steaks for about 5 minutes, but a beef tri-tip is a little bit thicker. So I waited about 10 here, and here we have it, guys. It rested, and just, man, oh man, it ended up hitting 140 degrees internal. I'm not worried about that at all. We got a nice little crust on the outside. It's feeling magnificent. I'm going to slice into this and see what's going on. Now, obviously, on the thinner end, that's a little smaller. I was a little closer to medium, but by golly, you can still see some pink in there. It is juicy, tender, and delicious. You can even see some of that pink smoke ring around the exterior. I'm really excited about that. Just the entire cook here was magnificent. As we go more into the center of the steak, we're hitting that medium rare, and it's just delectable and delicious. But guys, I'm a huge fan of steak, and that chimichurri topping is one of my favorites. And since I'm using Buddy with the Steak Spice by Jimmy Lee Stokes in the BBQ Emporium, I thought I'd also use their Chimichurri, which is Jimmy Lee Stokes' version of chimichurri. So I mixed that up after slicing this all and just kind of topped it. Man, oh man, did this ever turn out magnificent. Holy cow, guys. If you're still here hanging out watching my video, it means so much to me. Comment below if you have any recipes you want to see me cook on the offset smoker. If there's something specific you loved about this video, please let me know. I'm always trying to improve them, making them better for you guys, more informative, more enjoyable, just, better barbecue. But you guys know what's up. It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm always having a good time. So make sure you're liked and subscribed. Oh, buddy, here's that chimichurri I told you about. Speckling it all over those pieces of meat. And my goodness, it doesn't matter if you have a medium or a medium rare piece. It's going to be diabolically delicious, tantalizing those taste buds with every single bite. And I can't get enough of steak right now. Oh man, it's summertime, the grill is fired up, and this is just absolutely delectable. I mean, if you have an offset smoker, you need to pick up a beef tri-tip and give this a shot. It's simple, it's delicious, and man, oh man, is it ever banging, bud. Just like when you have those buddies over and you just cook up a steak like this, they're going to be flipping out because I know they've never had something this delectable. Do up some simple baked potatoes, a little cucumber salad with it, and man, oh man, you're winning. I'm telling you, bud, I'm having too much fun with this. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care, stay safe, and until next time, thanks again for watching.